Well, Dave, thank you for taking the time. Tell us about yourself and your role with Cabrinha. Just a brief introduction.
Yeah. Dave Hastilow, brand manager at Cabrinha. I've been with Cabrinha in some form, probably from the beginning, from over 20 years. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, so brand manager, I'm based in Maui, and I kind of oversee everything visual with the brand and like the brand itself, like the direction that comes from myself and the guys.
So we're here in Cancun for Dealer Week, the 03 Cabrinha release. I have been asking and talking to some of the members of your team and staff about like what's your favorite thing? Obviously, you guys have a lot to be hype about right now.
Ton of stuff.
Forward momentum, design progression, and things, and staff integrity and everything. But like in your quiver, like what are you most fired up about? What is it? A kite, a board, a harness, like whatever it is? Like what's your very favorite thing in the 03 release?
Oh, for me, it's I don't know. I live in a place where we've got pretty good waves.
Yes.
So for me, it's gonna be that way. I gave up freestyling a long time ago. So, so it's the drifter.
Yes.
Like, that is the go-to for me.
Yes.
Because
I gotta. Yep. I'm there with you.
So I think just because it's where I live, we got the conditions for it, and it's an absolutely amazing kite. And I only ride a surfboard. I don't. Although I've started to ride a twin tip. And I do have a twin tip now.
Just to know you can once in a while.
I got one with a nitro, so that kite kind of sparked a little thing for me again, and it got me back on a twin tip. So I got like a nitro and a twin tip. But the drifter is like the go-to, and that thing is like for me, it's What
size quiver do you run? Do you have a?
It's kind of a tricky one. It's like you either need like a 6.8 or 7.9. So normally 7.9 is like the two kite quiver for Maui.
Yep.
And that kind of covers you for nearly all the conditions you get over there.
But
that and a surfboard.
Now, what's your favorite surfboard? And just again, full disclosure, I am tracking with you 100%. I am in that same lane. Drifter, I will definitely tool up a quiver of drifters and a flare, probably a 5.4, just for everyday drivers.
Pretty much.
And then a Phantom 5.6 for head high and up.
But the good thing is, I know if you come to Maui, you can use my quiver.
Yes.
So I'm pretty much exactly the same as that. I think like if it's like full-on waves, I think if it's anything above head high, it is a Phantom. Like the 5.6 is pretty damn good for that.
Sure.
Smaller than that, I like the Flare. Like I ride a smaller one though. I ride the little one.
Are you on the 5.1?
The 5.1.
Cool. And I'm I think I was 185 before I got here this week, but I've eaten a lot of seafood, so I might be pushing 190 right now.
I'm the same way.
86 kg maybe. So
I'm like 180, like 175, 180, depending on.
So the 5.1 and maybe just a little more power. It's
so
awesome.
The fight. Again, I'm lucky. I'm super lucky of working for the brand, so I've got like the opportunity to have quite a bit of stuff. So for me, it'd be like quiver drifters, and then a 5.6 Phantom for if it's like a proper wave day. And on that, I like the thruster. Like I'm a thruster guy. For me, the quad is really amazing, and it holds like a line, but the thruster for me is a little bit better. For me, it's this kind of feeling I want. And then, but anything smaller than like overhead is the Flare. So for me, it's the small one. It's small. I'm gonna be honest, but I like to try freestyle.
Yes.
Like I always say, I like to do freestyle. I like to try freestyle a lot, and I've always liked a really small board for that one because I feel like I want my feet to be pretty spread out on it.
Maybe put some punt wax on there a little bit.
In the past.
A little bit of training wheels.
It's pretty good stuff, that. It just gets freaking everywhere.
Yes.
Like, I got like hairy legs. If I get pump wax on my legs,
it's
so bad. It's like clumps up and you're taking a while to get off. But so I always like the smaller board. Like even beforehand, I used to ride the small spade and things like that. But that one is pretty special. Like it's kind of a fun feeling board. It's one of those ones when we like tried them, when we're trying all the boards. Like that one just put a smile, like an instant smile on my face when I rode the Flare, because it's kind of a fun, freestyley, like fishy kind of feeling board. And
when I was talking with Todd, he had a same. We talked about the nitro, but then he also wanted to comment. Personally, he loves the surfboard line too, and I do too. I hope that's okay. I'm definitely in that channel as well. I mean, dude, if I had to pick one thing, man, it'd be a Drifter 9 and probably a Flare 5.4, you know, chest to head high. And I like a quad.
I was going to say, what would you ride on the Flare?
I like the quad just for, I feel the upwind drive, like in our conditions, our wind and swell is always going the same way. Like we might get some, I mean, occasionally you experience something different, but it's almost always going the same way.
Yeah,
and so we'll get those, we get adequate conditions in terms of swell size, close interval. I get excited if I see an 8-second interval. That's like, whoa, that's massive. But I love a quad for the upwind. I feel like we're maybe fighting some current. We have a lot of jetties that are actually concrete piers, and so they create a point break. So you can stay out of the current on the leeward side. If the wind's cutting this way, you can head up wind around it. But like, the quad for upwind ability, because I love to get that, run that triangle, you know, I'll rip back upwind, cut over again, down, down, and I know that I can get back to where I started from. Noticeably different. When I'm heading out with buddies who ride drifter and a thruster, I can upwind them it's a noticeable difference. Like, it's not like game-changing, radical, but it's noticeable enough to where if we're on a half-mile tack, I am noticeably upwind of that person in the same distance. And so I appreciate that. And going down the line, I just know to make sure that back foot is at the kick tail, all the way in the back, so that when you rip around, you can blow it loose. But I was so excited to see the 5-fin box. Now, granted, I'm going to swap the fins. I'm going to keep those on standby. But I love that you guys did that. It's a price point thing too. You know, you're saving $80, $120 on a fin option. Yeah. You've got a good usable set that'll get you out the door and get you on the water to get started with. If you are a beginner, if you are not a beginner, you're going to probably want to punt those and upgrade. But that's up to you to customize and do. And I love the way that you guys did that.
If you're a guy who knows his stuff, then you're going to probably change your fins over. It's like a super personal thing. But yeah, the 5 boxes was good. It is one of those, like, I still haven't fully decided, like, on the Flare, what I'm going to ride. The Phantom I know, because like on that kind of board and what I'm going to, like, how I want to ride, the thruster for me is going to be the one. Yeah. But on the Flare, I'm still don't fully know if I'm going to ride 3 or 4 or 2 in a trailer. I don't know. That's what I'm going to try it when I get back. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I've got a Firewire Machado, a Seaside with that's the one. The 2 and stingers, and I'm like, that would be.
I don't know. I'm kind of.
I wonder how that would go.
I was thinking like 2 in one of the little mini, like just a essential like trailer fin, a small one, just to see how it feels. I don't know. It's all going to be like, for that board for me. We got a square nose board, like the Method, but I've never personally got on with those. Sure. Like what I tried to find out, maybe I'm just too lazy, but on those boards you have to move your feet depending whether you're freestyling or wave riding. So I've always liked a more traditional shape board, like the Flare for me is for freestyle as well. I kind of get on with them.
A lot more rail in the water with a parallel.
And it's kind of, it's always like things like if you land like on a nose, for some reason, like a point in the nose, like a traditional surfboard nose for me helps me with like olays and spins out and stuff. Whereas a square one, I find like wants to track in a direction. Sure. But then you got guys like Lorenzo, and that's his go-to freestyle board. So I think that's the cool thing. It just depends what you're gonna do.
It depends on who
you're.
Yeah. How about on the sizing of your drifter quiver? I think historically I have looked at the drifter, like if I wanted a 9. If I wanted the power of a 9, let's say, and it was always benchmarked off the switchblade. For the longest time, we would bench. Do you want a 12? Or is it a 12 switchblade or a 12? You know, so if I want the power of a 9, I historically have always jumped to a 10. Is that adequate? Is that accurate? Is that?
I don't. You know what? This one's a different one. Like this is a new kite. It's pretty light in the bar, so you don't have that like force. But I'd say the power is pretty much the same as where it was before. But you know what, it's kind of hard for me to say because where I live, it's like I either ride a 7 or a 9. So I don't, it's hard to really say where the full power is. But it is a little bit like the switchblade is a machine. Like that thing pulls like a beast. Like it's so good.
But on the sizing, I feel like I would gravitate toward that too, like the 7-9. And some of our guys, they run a 5 too. For Hurricane, you know, it's like, wow, you're never gonna get lit on that. but it's
really fun kite.
Nice to have.
It is. Yeah, I don't get to use it a lot.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, I actually like to be a little bit more powered up kiting, especially if it's like in Hawaii and you got like, if it's a swell,
sure.
I don't want to be under.
Absolutely.
I want to be a little bit over.
Yeah.
And then the thing with that kite is it's so quick, you can I also ride a big bar.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's the funny thing.
It's really
Even though I ride a 7 or a 9, I ride
the smaller,
the biggest bar we make.
Yeah.
So I ride the medium large bar because, I have it on the widest setting because I'm not freestyling. So that's
right.
That's maybe something which a lot of people don't do, but for me, it's like if I'm riding, I can ride a 7 on the wide setting. You can loop your way out of a lot of issues, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
So.
I tend to ride powered too. I understand that the two different schools of thought. You know, you might have a small kite, bigger board, bigger kite, smaller board. I think I naturally kind of like I like more power too. I like that rail. I'll come in hard heel side out in front of it, burn a toe side as hard as I can and just try to go vertical and just mash it. Just as many times as possible. But I know there's a lot of people also who will more finesse it and stay closer in the pocket down the line. I do love to come out and come back in with it.
That feeling is pretty amazing. Especially like the first one. Like, again, we're super blessed where we live because it's side shore.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of our side shore wind. So yeah, you crank that first one pretty hard and then you hit it, and then you the good thing is we can just park it. Yeah. And then just ride at it. So But yeah, it's I ride. Yeah, definitely I ride a little bit overpowered. Yeah. Try to. Yep. Sometimes I'll even slightly overshoot my bar, just a touch.
Yeah.
Because I think on a surfboard you can get away with that. Like, I soon have it a little overshooted where you can just like pull in and twist it.
Yep.
So
yes. Well, Dave, dude, thank you so much for your insight. Thank you for your time. I know you guys are busy. The 03 release looks absolutely amazing, and for those of you with questions about anything in the 03 Cabrinha lineup, please don't hesitate to give us a call. We're always happy to help. I am fired up as well, and can't wait to get on I'll get a set of drifters when I get home. I'm going to be ordering up a Flare 5.4, Phantom 5.6. Excited about the new bar, the simplicity of things. So, yeah, without getting too wordy, I'm feeling it, man.
Like I say, the good thing is if you come to Maui, you can use my quiver, and if I come to you, I can use your quiver because we're pretty much exactly the same as what we ride. So.
Well, you won't be coming to Michigan, I doubt, but if you do,
you never know.
Offer always stands.
You never know.
It's hard to leave Maui.
I've seen pictures of waves in Michigan, and I'm like, oh, man, it can be on.
Our southern buoy. We have two buoys, 300 miles of length, so that's 300 miles of potential fetch. If you have a north swell, by the time it hits the southern end of the lake, that can be quite a measurable size difference, and same thing going from south to north. And we are typically side on as well. A southwest is side on, or northwest, so that side shore condition.
It's pretty fun for like jumps.
Yeah.
So much fun. We got one spot in Maui where it's I don't know, voices, like you caught me like right at the end of this, and I've got lost my full voice this week.
Oh, it's all good, man.
But yeah, like one spot in Maui is it's onshore, and you need a good east wind, and when it's like blasting on the regular spot, you go here, it's onshore wind, and onshore, side onshore, the jumping is so much fun.
I haven't tried that at all. I feel like. And I should. There's no reason not to.
You know what? You're just going to have to come over.
Yeah.
Give it a go. Use my quiver.
Dude, Dave, thank you.
Man,
thank you
so much.
Guys, thank you for joining us again. We're always happy to help. If you've got questions, please don't hesitate. It's what we're here for. Yeah, man. Thank you for a great event. This has been an amazing week.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
It's good.
See you guys on the water. What's up?